Yes, behind me is a Cougar 22 MLS with full body paint. You see, for 2026, with Cougar travel trailers, you can now get them in Hero Edition. Not only does this get you the gorgeous green matte paint on here, but also we take a look up front, it will get you the green LED running lights, and if we kind of spin around here, we'll take a look at the side, you can see the green LED light on the awning as well. You'll also have some ground lighting, which I'll show you in just a little bit. The cool thing about the Hero Edition is not only does this look amazing on the coach, but Keystone Cougar will actually donate $500 on your behalf to the Wounded Warrior Project. So not only are you getting a better looking coach, but it's also doing good for veterans and wounded warriors. It really is a cool project. Love that Keystone is doing this. If we kind of take a look at the outside, I'll just show you a few different features here, then we'll head on in. So right up front is a power tongue jack. Behind that, you'll have your two 20-pound propane tanks. You'll see rails here for your battery, and yes, you have plenty of space for two. You also have the 12-volt distribution box right there with the battery disconnect. We have the the rock guard right up front. And again, that 3/4 front cap with the windshield and those green lights because the Hero Edition. And man, I'm telling you, this green paint, I don't know if you've seen it in person or not, but it is absolutely sharp. I also do want to point out that right here, if you have a four-legged friend, there's a tie down there, which is always great. And then coming around to the pass-through, you have slam latch baggage doors, and they're actually nice heavy-duty components on here, so it shuts like it should. It also has a magnetic catch, so you can put it up just like so. And as we drop down, we'll see that it is nice and open. We have some cleaning supplies in there, making sure that everything's looking good. But if you want a TV, you have TV hookup right here. Also, you'll see this all throughout the inverted outlet sticker. Now, the outlets that have this are pre-wired for an inverter. It is an option you can put on there. And of course, if you get that option, then those will be inverted. So that way you can run those off the battery. Something that I really like about Cougar, if you see that right there, that is a heat duct. So yes, this space is going to be heated because Cougar is 4-season capable. Your valve body is going to be heated and insulated. You have tank heaters on here. Right, like it's built to be able to do some 4-season. Now that doesn't mean that it's not going to freeze if it's super, super cold, but it will definitely help. You'll see the tire pressure monitoring system right there, rather prep for it. You also have a switch here for your awning, so that way you can watch just to make sure that as you are extending it, you're not going to hit a tree. Something else that this one has that is fantastic, and this of course is optional, but if we drop down, you will see the ground control auto level. That's something that's just not very common on travel trailers. We see a lot of auto level on fifth wheels, but to have it on a travel trailer is, like I said, it's a little more rare. And the reason being, it's just a little more expensive, and that's why it's an option and not a standard. Because if you don't want it, you don't have to pay for it. But man, it really makes leveling out the coach, just the whole setup process, way easier. You also see that you have frameless windows on here, which not just look great, but the way they open, they basically tilt open like this. So that way you can have them open and still get some airflow. Even if it's like a pouring rain, right? As long as it's not a sideways rain, it won't get all stuffy inside, as you can get that airflow without getting anything inside wet. The door, you have the tempered glass door. I do like these. More and more manufacturers are starting to pick them up. A few years ago, there were very few that were using it. Now a lot are. The thing that I really like about the tempered door is actually the window right here. So you can't even really notice from the outside because of the tint, but you have this window, and it's a big window. So not only does that let in, of course, light, but also if someone is at your door, you can actually see who's there, right? Now, it is prepped for a thin shade. I would recommend getting that just to have a little bit extra privacy there at night. But again, I am a fan of that door itself. You'll also see the large grab handle for a little bit extra control. As I mentioned, the 22 MLS here. And then you have the new steps. A lot of manufacturers are going to this too. This is a Suburban solid step. You can see it has composite rather than aluminum. And then right down here, the legs are definitely the best. Like I don't know, I'm not 100% sold on the composite. I'll have to see over time how they hold up. But this, I really do like. The leg system is definitely the easiest to adjust. It essentially ratchets, and it just has a bunch of points that it can stop so that you can, no matter where you are, your steps will be nice and level and supported. So definitely the easiest and best to set up. Dropping down a little bit further, we'll talk about the wheels. You're looking at Goodyear Endurance tires. We love that. Love a good American-made tire. You will also see that this one has the Lippert ABS on there. Anti-lock brakes are something that most travel trailers or RVs in general do not have, but Cougar put it on there because they want to make sure that you are safe. So you have good tires and ABS. You also have the upgraded suspension. We can see that right there. So that way, you know, everything's not gonna be rocking around as much when we get to your destination. Now, I don't know if we can see it, but as I mentioned, there is, there you go, so a green LED light in there, which looks really cool at night. It helps, you know, kind of light everything up. Now, I know that some people feel a certain way about LED lights at a campground. Folks, if you don't want it on, you don't have to have it on, right? You just like your awning light, you can turn all the lights off if you want to, especially at night. And please do, actually, at a specific time, you know, during quiet hours and stuff, you generally want to turn all those lights off. But again, you can see the Cougar, and it even, you know, has the Hero Edition badging on there. And that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of symbolic. Like, not only, hey, is it, like I said, a cool RV, but just kind of shows that, like, hey, I care about, you know, about our veterans. I care enough to be able to get this and help support them. And I think that's just a really, really cool statement. Right in the back, you'll see the rear ladder, so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof. Something new for 2026 is actually this right here. And this is they call it the Safe View Power Inlet, the guard dog. You can see right here, right? We have our ground, our power leg, and our neutral are all green. If there's an issue with any of those, they will be red. So that's just just like an extra, I don't know, extra layer of security, I guess, right? Just making you feel a little better. Not that it's gonna do anything per se, but it does just let you know that there is an issue. Coming around, I know a lot of people like to know what kind of slides are on a camper. You can see this one right here, the 22 MLS does use an electric cable slide. Let's head on in. I don't know if you're familiar with the 22 MLS floor plan, but it is something that, you know, it's a very, very popular floor plan, and a lot of manufacturers have actually copied it because of that. And you'll see why when we get inside, right? Like it is just a really good floor plan overall. So we take a look up front and we can see that we have a king bed. A king bed in a travel trailer, again, something that is a little more rare, but when you start to get into higher ends like this Cougar, you know, it's something that I guess it becomes a little bit more common. Taking a look on the far side, this is basically the layout, right? It's a rear kitchen layout. Your bath is gonna be right here. We'll look at that in a second. Campsite dinette, so you can see out to the campsite. Theater seating, and that's going to be across from the TV, which I'll show you in a minute. Like I said, all the way along the back here is going to be the kitchen. So we'll kind of start off with the theater seats. If we drop down, these are going to be manual for the leg itself. We can see that. But we do have a couple different options. So we have lights here. We also have a heat and massage feature. When you hit the light, you will see that not only does it light up the cup holder, more importantly, it lights up the accent light. I really do like the accent light. I personally am not a huge fan of the blue. I wish that would have been white like that is. But hey, you know what? I'm not the one making the furniture, so I don't get to make that call. But let me know what you know what? I want to put this out to you watching. Do you like the blue lights? Do you prefer white lights? Let me know, because this is one of those things. I'll go back to Cougar and I'll be like, hey, why can we not change this? Like, let's make it white, let's make it clean. Or, hey, let's make this one blue, right? Let's make them all blue. I don't know. But I do just want to show that right across from the theater seating is going to be that TV, and you have storage on either side of that. The campsite window, so you can see out to your campsite. Like I mentioned, dinette right here. And again, we have accent lighting underneath the dinette. And they actually, this is one of those other things, you know, that's not very much storage. I really wish there would have been more storage. I don't know if they have components there. I'd have to take a look to see what's back there. This one's slightly bigger, so I'm guessing they probably have a reason. They probably put something there, but you know, there's not quite as much storage as I would have liked. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this table does drop down into a bed. I think I did. Put the cushions on there. There's some outlets as well as USB ports right over here. Again, inverted outlet. So if you do get that inverter, that will essentially run off your batteries. And this one, you know, I know you can get the 220. I think you can get the 440. So 440 watts of solar on here as well. I don't think this one can get the 660, but don't quote me. I do have to double check on that. You'll see the AC unit right up here. This one has the quick dump on there as well. And of course it is ducted. You'll also see the barreled ceiling. So, you know, folks, to give you a point of reference, I'm 6 foot tall. I mean, I have a ton of ceiling height in here. So if you are a taller person, you'll do just fine right here in this main section. However, I will say this, my biggest gripe with the floor plan is this section right here. And the reason being is if you're doing any cooking, which I do a lot of cooking, believe it or not, you know, you're sitting here prepping and the countertop is kind of low And so it kind of forces you to look down. And here is the issue, is that my head hits the slide. And I have had this happen to me a number of times in this floor plan as I try to demonstrate and I'm not paying attention and just whack my head. I don't know how to fix that, but I will say that, you know, that is my biggest point of contention, is watch out for that slide. Other than that, I love everything else about this floor plan. And you know, you have nice bright uppers here, a little bit darker lowers, plenty of storage all around. You get good prep space, plus you have an outlet there. So if you want a coffee maker here, you can put that there. There's another spot for it on the other side of the sink, so you can put it there too. You do have some options. You have the, you know, I think it's a 10.6 cubic foot fridge freezer here. So, you know, for ease, we'll call it an 11, but nice big fridge freezer, plenty of cold storage. As I mentioned, in the back, you can see the deep sink. That's kind of the stainless steel gunmetal. You also have a two-tone faucet right there. And if we drop down, I just kind of want to show you some of the storage. Plenty of storage underneath the sink for a trash can. Love that. A little bit over to the side. That's going to be your fuse panel as well as your breaker box, just so you know where that is. And again, as I mentioned, you can put a coffee maker here if you want. More USB ports, storage all the way across the top. This is the back window. If you are backed up to a beautiful site, this is great, right? You can sit here and do dishes, be able to stare out into a lake, ocean, forest, whatever it may be. I do like how open it is. I mean, the whole coach, realistically, like even if I flip this around, sorry for my sweat, starting to get a little warm out. I mean, you can see just how many windows there are, right? Like, I mean, I'll take one more step up here. Like, you have windows behind the theater seating, on the side of the slide, up in the bedroom, the front windshield, over on the side of the bed and the door by the dinette. Like, it's a smaller coach, but because of the slide and all the windows, it feels so incredibly open. Moving into the bathroom, we can see a porcelain toilet right down here. We have our sink, little cutout right down there. You also have some additional countertop space. Again, enough room for a trash can in the bathroom. Love that. Mirrored medicine cabinet right up top, and then some additional storage over to the side. Now, as we sit down, just kind of want to show you what we have for space here. So, as far as legs, that's not even close to being an issue whatsoever. Shoulders are actually really good too. Like, I have enough space on this side. I have, you know, enough space on this side. If I want, I can probably even throw my arm up here, like a nice little armrest. But like I said, I'm 6 foot, about 215 pounds. So just to kind of get an idea of what kind of space we're working with. As for the shower, I'll take a step in here too. And thanks to the tall ceilings, I mean, it's not even close to being an issue. Even at the very back here, without the skylight, I still have maybe an inch. So I don't have to duck down. I can fully stand in here, you know, and as I get closer to the center, I get more and more space. You can probably be 6'3" and stand in the shower, absolutely no problem whatsoever. The oxygenic shower head is great too. This is upgraded. It kind of pulls like air in, and it gives you a feeling of having like more water pressure, even without using more water. So that way, if you are off grid and you're just using your tanks for water, you're not burning through it. The 22 MLS is a great couples coach, folks. The Hero Edition, for the record, I just want to say the Hero Edition isn't just on the 22 MLS. If you like any Cougar travel trailer and you're like, man, I want the Hero Edition, whether it's to support the Wounded Warrior Project, whether it is because you want full body paint or you just love the green, you can get that on any Cougar travel trailer. If you like this one specifically, and you're like, hey, I want price and availability, well, there'll be a link in the description and you can click on that. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker. Until next time, we'll see ya.